Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to SHEBOX 2024. We are wrapping up with the All-Star game. We have the black All-Stars and the white All-Stars. I think the colors on the jerseys are fairly self-evident. And we are underway. This is a handful of players from each of the 10 teams in the tournament. I am Stephen Stamp, joined by Emily Ann Byrne. You can just call her EA. And there's the first shot and the first goal of the game. We're going to have to take a look and see who that was. We just got the rosters. They literally just distributed the jerseys. Who is that? Is that? You can talk about the goal here on the replay if you like. And we're going to figure out which is the black roster and which is the white roster. I think that was Delaney Keene. Yeah, it was 15. So yeah, that's Delaney Keene with the goal. She had quite a tournament. Taking the draw here. So this would be black on this side, right? EA and I are just figuring things out as we go. EA, pleasure to have you up here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we're sharing a mic, so we're going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. Izzy Keene picks it up, gets stripped immediately there by Veronika Tilcharova. There's a shot stopped by Avalyn Susi, sorry. Pretty sure that's Avalyn starting. Yeah, 27. And when we get down the other end, we're going to see who's starting in net for All-Stars Black. Okay, Hannah Foxcroft was checking her own player, Veronika Tilcharova. Sometimes it's hard to adjust when you've been playing against somebody. It looks like, who do you think's starting? I think it's Millie Lofgren from Finland. Yep, 31. So Millie Lofgren from Finland starting for Black, and Avalyn Susi, who's from Saskatchewan, playing for the Women's Global Network, and setting up on the offense is Team White. That's Lauren Lewis. You can tell by the hair. Fabulous hair. Nice save by Lofgren. Put back attempt. That one's tapped back in, and Black's going to come back the other way.
All right, clearing it out.
You don't have to say anything if you don't want. I'll just hold the mic up once in a while if you have something you'd like to say at that point, and I'll ask you some questions. We're working on it as we go, as mentioned. This is a new feature for the SHEBOX, this All-Star game, and it's awfully cool that players are getting recognized. Here it's snagged, taken off. That's some real speed there, being shown by Leona Czech, and she's going to head to the bench. Oh, nice shot at the save by Lofgren. And I know they were saying, the organizers were saying it had more heavily offense than defense. So some of the defenders are going to be playing back. Some of the are going to be playing back. If I was a defender, I'd go up. I mean, you're a defender.
I am, yeah.
You could go up and play O, right?
Oh, 100%. Might feel a little lost sometimes, but it's good to get up there on the transition.
It's an all-star game, so just go. Okay, Black will start with the ball. Nice outlet pass comes to Natasha Bronkhorst from Australia. She and her husband both here. I believe they're actually from South Africa originally, she was saying, but they're in Australia now. So it's a very international field. The black uniforms are the Women's Box-Lacrosse Global Network uniforms. And the white are some Al Scherbeski all-star jerseys that are kept around for just this sort of occasion. Battling in the corner there, it's Hannah Foxcroft. Yeah, going after it. Hannah Foxcroft, who's playing defense for England, but has scored a bunch of goals. She's very good in transition. Lauren Lewis had 15 goals in the tournament, and she just pinged one off the post, gets that back for a reset. She's going to get a little pick there from Hannah Foxcroft. Up to the top. It's swatted away. This could lead to a break where you're going to have a chance for Kinuko Ito. No, she gets caught. And Sarah Stromota. Should have written down where which nations all the players were from. I know some of them. I believe Stromota is Netherlands. Do you remember Stromota? Okay. It's also cool to just shake your head like that, although it doesn't carry over well on the microphone. Okay.
Another shot off Lauren Lewis, yeah. break on the rebound. So will she keep it? No, there we go.
That's a nice play.
That's
That's Julia Ruscio from Ireland. And here's a break for Women's All-Stars Black. Nice save. Throwing out that Saskatchewan glove was Evelyn Susie, who plays for Team Saskatchewan. Picking up the physicality a little bit already. That was Rosa Fischerova trying to bowl her way in. White comes away with it. And who's this? That's Erika Nikkanen. Actually, it's probably Nukanen, NYK. I believe she's Finnish. It seems Finnish. Izzy Keane calling for the ball. I think it's dropped to the carpet. It has. And here we go.
Another one of my teammates there running up the floor.
What's her first name?
Breyer. Slattery, yep, that's it.
And turning and firing. What a rip. High to low taken by Avery Gert, who had a handful of goals. She was playing for the Box Network, the global network. And the start in the corner. Quick pass out. Oh, I think he had a pretty good shooting lane there. Oh, wow. That is a wide open look. Yeah, I thought Rosie Bathurst had a had a good shot. Decided instead, the replay is right there, to pass it over to Savannah. Oh, thank you. We have the roster for the game tonight, which will be after this game. It'll be Czech Republic and Finland. I've just been handed the roster for that, so very excited to see that game. And you've been watching a lot of both men's and women's games because you haven't been able to play for one thing, right? You have little injury.
Yeah, no, I rolled my ankle during the Germany game, so I supported the team on the bench and then did the doors for them when we played the Netherlands yesterday.
Yeah, Hannah's quite a checker. There's a chance. Nice save again by Evelyn Susie to keep it at 1-1. Getting into the corner after Suvi Anna. And it's going to be White possession. Lauren Lewis takes off. It looks like she's going to just run by everybody. Coast to coast, Lauren Lewis. The hair flying behind her. And that is a very Lauren Lewis goal. Speed, skill, and determination.
Very much so, taking up the whole floor. It's great to see.
Lewis just drifts that one over inside the far post. I'm Stephen Stamp with EA Byrne. And did we mention you played for Ireland? We should let everyone know. It's fairly obvious when they see your hair. It's a rich red. Yes. Yes. Izzy Keane taking the face off against.
Slattery as well.
There you go. I thought that was Veronika Tilsarova, 11. But Veronica's taller than that. Isn't she? Yeah. Well, what's Veronika Tilsarova? Oh, Tilsarova's also wearing 11. Nice. So just for the clarification, we have two 11s. Tall 11 is Veronika Tilsarova from Czech Republic, playing for Poland at this tournament. And little 11 is Breyer Slattery. That's a little 11 out there now.
There's Flo, number 9 on the white team. Oh, passing it back out to Izzy Keane. She's winding up. Let's take the shot. There we go.
Oh, Susie just gets that one tied up in the gear. I'm not sure if, oh yeah, she does know where it is. Izzy Keane is just such an up-and-comer for Ireland, one of your teammates, and just she's taken on face-offs this weekend, and she has been excelling at the draw.
Yeah, she's been doing incredibly. I think she just made it in there to the top 10 for the face-off stats. Oh, popped off a shot there. It's been saved.
That was Veronika Tilsarova, tall 11. And it's a one-on-one here, nicely breaking out. Yeah. Trying to figure who this is. Delaney Keane, who scored the first goal, the only goal so far for the Black All-Stars. Scooped up here. That's Rosa Fischerova. Lauren Lewis. Yeah. Lauren, I don't believe plays much defense in the Southern Box League in England. No. Lewis, who played with the with England and was their leading scorer. And a physical battle there, won by Fischerova, and Black back in. What's that?
Very from the Czech Republic, 33.
Oh yeah, Veronika Sevkova.
Yeah.
There you go. She's cutting to the net. Ducks underneath Foxcroft. Oh, Foxcroft turns her aside. I remember seeing, penalty coming. I think that's going to be Foxcroft. You don't see a lot of penalties in the All-Star game. as a rule in All-Star games. So we're going to be one called now. We're going to have, oh, too many players. I don't know.
That's Florian back taking the penalty to box.
And Flo is from Germany, played with Finland here, and came over last summer to Ontario to play with the Mississauga Badgers, which will be coming up again shortly. We're going to definitely discuss the Badgers and Ontario Summer Lacrosse and coming across the pond. Something you may know a little bit about there, EA?
Yeah, it was an incredible trip. We moved over there for 2 summers to play the WMSL.
2 months.
2 months.
One summer.
Yeah, 1 summer, 2 months. Incredible experience. Getting exposure to that level of play has made a huge difference.
And you had an orange uniform and a pink helmet for a while, but they made you change to blue, right?
I did, yeah. I played 1 game in my bright pink helmet. It was useful for the men's games, but not so good in the women's. Another shot off there.
Another save by Lofgren. Black racing out of their end. Some good defensive pressure here on the penalty kill. What was that from Team White? 6. That was Sarah Sramota. It's been so fun seeing the women's game. I want you to talk about this in a minute. We'll just watch this. They're on the penalty kill. Let's talk about it. You've been here for 3 SHEBOX tournaments now. What has been the change over the years? How did it start and how's it come along?
At the start, we barely knew the rules, and now we do. It's faster, we're quicker, more physical. It's incredible to see how much everyone has come on and how much people have invested into it. The Worlds in September are going to be incredibly exciting.
And for you, with having played the first year, you played with Era, right?
Yes.
At the SHEBOX, and then last year, have you been to Ireland every year? Like, were you last year? Okay. And I know you've met a lot of people. You and Flo Becke became quite close friends. You traveled over together to Ontario. Well, not together, but lived together in the summer, right? And got an apartment in Toronto?
Mm-hmm. Right on the harbour front with a view over Lake Ontario. It was incredible. But even before going to Toronto, we traveled all over Europe trying to play in men's tournaments in Germany, in Belgium, in France. And now it's great to see the girls on other teams from other countries traveling to... Oh, shot off there. But yeah, no,
Okay, we'll go back to play for a bit. Hannah Foxcroft with another shot. That one's going to be snagged. Oh, it gets away from Natasha Bronkhorst, but it will be snagged. Izzy Keene. Got one defender there. She's got a player with her. She's going to make the pass. Nice pass across. Julia Ruscio stopped by Susie. Susie is on fire here. As we move forward in the first half, it'll be 2 15-minute running time halves. Imagine a fairly brief halftime break. Ruscio again. She's going to duck around behind the net. Thought she might go for a dunk goal. She's got a cutter coming in. She's going to run all the way around. Susie turns it aside. Ball pops out of the crease, and that's going to be scooped up there by Kanuko Ito. Sorry. Another save by Susie. Fresh 30. And Kahehui. Is it? Yeah, there's a great shot from the far side by Susie again. They're going low constantly on Evelyn Susie, and I would actually be inclined to try up around the hip or even over the shoulder. Because they've been shooting low so much that she's really seems to be going down a little bit. Oh, it was pretty close, but another save. Evelyn Susie. Evelyn Susie is like 16, 17. I was talking to her today. 15. It's unbelievable. I interviewed her for a story that I wrote for NLL.com, and she came on the Zoom or whatever, and she kept like looking over to the side. It was her mom, and she's like, "Sorry, she's a little nervous. She's only 15." I was like, okay, cool. But that was about the Canada tryouts, and there were 120 women or so at the tryout in Oakville, Ontario. Another 120 or so at the tryout in Langley, BC. Tryout for Team Canada, and the passion is unbelievable. I spoke to people like Dana Doby and Megan Kinna and Ashley Bull. Ashley Bull's been a coach with the national team program. Megan Kinna and Dana Doby, of course, were members of the women's teams that won silver at the World Field Championship and gold at the Sixes World Games. And it's just amazing the opportunities that are occurring finally for women in this sport. Here comes Hannah Foxcroft. Oh, sorry, it's Lauren Lewis. That's way too fast to be Hannah. No offense, Hannah, but Lauren's a bit quicker. Oh, off the post! And it's an all-star game. It doesn't really count or anything, but you can see Lauren's upset with herself. She is very driven, and she's, oh, another post. And now they're double teaming her, which I think is a pretty good idea. Nice pass across, up to the top. There's Avery Gert. Lewis again. Holy cow, yeah. Millie Lofgren stops that one, and now we have a break the other way. Hustling back is Gert. Oh. She's toppled head over tea kettle. And here goes Avery Gert. Flo Baquet with a nice pick. But Black is going to get it back again. This is on the other side of Black. Ellie Rackle is going to run out of time. So, we've only got a couple of minutes, but I just want to give you a chance to talk a little about the growth of the women's game. And you've seen, you've played in Europe, you've played here, in Prague, you've played in, you didn't play in the Southern Box League, did you? No.
I went over from Ireland to play in the English League, and they said it was fantastic.
And you played Women's Major Series in Ontario, so you're doing everything you can to get experience. And I know watching the game, and we've known each other for a few years now, and we've had discussions. I give you tips and things, as long as Joe Hiltz, your coach with Ireland, doesn't mind, and he's cool. But the growth in your game personally, I think is amazing. I remember seeing you play your first league day seeing you in Brampton. You were playing there, and watching you from game to game, it was unbelievable, just the things you were absorbing and the way you were applying them. And I think that's something we see kind of across the women's game.
Yeah, it's incredible to see, especially some of the girls, when you're first starting out, you eventually get to the point where it just clicks. When you have that click, and suddenly you're not standing there hesitating thinking, what do you do? You just make the decision so much quicker, and it becomes instinctual. And I think that's what's become more apparent in the past few years, that everyone's been investing into the sport.
It makes me think. I went to after high school, I finished high school, I went to a French immersion course in Trois-Pistoles, Quebec, up in the Gaspé Peninsula. And we were only allowed to speak French, which we couldn't really speak French, so you're figuring it out, but we're taking courses. I take the university courses in literature, in French. It was very challenging. And it was such a heavy thinking process. I remember someone would say something to me in French, I'd hear it, translate it to English in my head, think of my response in English, translate that to French, and then say it. And I remember at one point having a conversation with someone, and they spoke to me in French, and I just replied in French. There was no process in between. And that's what I feel like I'm seeing with a lot of people.
Exactly, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had the same experience when I was living in Spain and studying through Spanish. You start dreaming in the language, and that's what is happening with girls the more they play. And
you're very much a defensive player.
In field, I was always a midi attack, so big change, yeah.
And it was interesting. I found watching you play with Mississauga and you and Flo, just the changes in adapting to a system, learning how to interact and how to communicate, I think, which is, I was watching the England men's team and watching the England women's team, and the England men's team, I think their defense is challenged like everybody, but what they do really strongly is communicate. You can hear them communicating. You can hear everything they're saying. We're in a perfect spot up here to hear what's going on. And the English women's team, you can hear it's not at that level because, again, a lot of the women are fairly new to this, played field or whatever, and you can see that they're thinking, and they're just trying to think what they need to do. So it's another step to know what your teammate needs to do, or what you can point out to them and tell them, open or pick something, whatever.
I'm right. You have each other's back. You just have to use your big voices, and that'll win you the shift.
That pass doesn't quite connect, but they will recover. Here's Bronkhorst over to the far side. Brianna Tremblay, the sniper, tucks that one in the far side. She's been doing that. You would have played against her last year in women's MSL, wouldn't you?
Which team was she on again? Raina, yes, yeah, of course, yeah. Brianna. I did play against her, yes. I remember now, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that was actually very close to the crease as we watched the replay, but I think it's okay. If it was me, I would have been like half a foot in the crease because I have rather large feet. That's not Izzy, is it? That is 8 for black, who is... Oh, it's Kanuko Ito. Hey, oh, those are are those the Hong Kong shorts, or what are the blue ones? Okay, so I think they must have brought those with them, because one of the very challenging / cool things is Lauren Lewis comes in, another save there, and the goaltender now for Team Black is Nicole Howie, and at the other end, Kim Hahn from the Netherlands has come in. Nicole Howie, who played with the Women's Global Network, but Hong Kong arrived, the women's team, and their gear was left in Dubai with the flooding.
Yeah, so unfortunate.
And their game was delayed, so it was rescheduled. Their first game was against England, which was supposed to be at like 10 in the morning, wound up being played about 7 o'clock at night. And in the meantime, Mackenzie Shimko, who might be, I know she's in this game, but she's playing for the Women's Global Network, and we'll get back to it because we have a bit of a break coming here. Steph Grimes almost had a nice chat with Steph. She's a lovely woman. They're just such great people at this tournament, and it makes it really fun to get to meet all the people, the men, the women, the coaches, the players. Here's a break. Hannah Foxcroft, oh, she turned away, and Georgia Whalen threw the ball over to her and actually hit her in the back of the shoulder pads. Scooped up, though, they get it back. Some quick movement there. Getting over to her side, Rosie Bathurst, one of the English players, tries a pretty robust little pick on the back of Georgie Rutter, her teammate with England. And Georgie kind of took a look at her like, what are you doing? I was watching Georgie Rutter play, and she was saying she was quite excited to get added in. Lucy Ford unfortunately couldn't play. She took a bit of a pop to the head, had to sit out the game for precautionary reasons. But Georgie Rutter was put in, and she was so excited. And she's not a big scorer, but she was just running around setting picks for England. She is a grinder.
Just an absolute chaos agent right in the middle of the offensive line there.
Possession back to All Stars White. Up at the top is Erica Nukkinen. Hands it off. Oh, nice move, and the shot in the goal. What a play there by Avery Gert. We've seen a few of those through the tournament. Just slices through the defense. Look at that. I know the fieldies like to call it a face dodge. Just tucking it inside the post. And it's 3-2.
Is it Keane on the draw there, I think? Up against number 19. All right. Someone's going to kick it out.
He was going to be in the game, but had fell in her hand. A bit of a hand muck-up. Saw a few injuries during the weekend. It tends to happen. Played a lot of lacrosse.
I think everyone gets 4 games in total, and then this would be some people's 5th.
Oh, so I know some people are playing more. Their teams have played like 6 or 7, but it depends. Some are short. The shot by Lauren Lewis and a save there, nicely done by Nicole Howie. But yeah, some people played more of the shorter games, and then some. If you played the full 60-minute games, you tended to play 4, I think. Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, yeah. Trying to fight through the check here is Gert, who scored that last goal. Pretty tenacious defense being applied by, I think that was Veronica Sivkova. Nice shot near post, but Gert is turned aside by Howie. I believe those two are WGN teammates. It's kind of fun in an all-star game when you get to go up against some of the people you've been playing with, and to get to play with people you've been playing against. Here comes Team Black once again. Do you see who that is? I'm not sure I see a 13. Oh, that's Suvi Honor. We've moved well on past that by now. Of course, Brianna Trombley battling in along the boards, going up against Leona Czech. Trombley comes out with it, misses, going after her own rebound. It's going to be grabbed by Foxcroft. It kind of bounces away from her. A little push, and the 30 will expire. Foxcroft is going to pick it up and break out for Team White. Ball all the way into the corner. Veronika Tilcharova heading after it. It's scooped up, but keeps popping out of the stick of Natasha Bronkhorst. Tilcharova will take it up at the top. Comes across to Erika Nukkinen. I apologize for any names that we're mispronouncing. Didn't have a ton of time to get this one prepared. That's going to get up and out of play. I don't think it touched anyone. There was stick-on-stick contact, but the ball did not touch a defensive player, so it heads out of play, and here comes trying to get it ahead, yeah.
The rebound, and Lauren Lewis takes it. Speeding all the way up the floor. Where's the shot? Here's the shot. There we go. Lovely.
Lauren Lewis, another coast-to-coast. I feel like when the all-star teams were being put together, Lauren Lewis was one of the first names placed on it.
She's an exceptional player, and yet not surprised by that at all.
I mean, I wasn't involved in the whole process. I just was given a list, but I'm pretty sure if I had been selecting, I would have put Lauren on there quite quickly. She also does have all-star hair. We were talking with her about her hair earlier. A lot of the women just marveling at the curls. And I'll tell you one thing, it does not dry quickly. She was right. She came over to give me a hug the other day, and I was like, "What? Oh, it's just her hair is wet." You know?
It's definitely been nice to not have the rain today and yesterday. The first 2 days were extremely wet, and this floor can get very slippery.
You played over at Malachitse as well, right? And no, I heard it was better in the wet because it's got the black bubbles.
Yeah, it does help when you have the right shoes for sure.
That shot turned aside. Avery Gert has just been a force in this game. She's going to go and get that loose ball. Has it pop loose. Sarah Stramoto was looking for the ball. Now she's going to try and track it down. Good hustle. Won't get there in time, though. And Stramoto is going to go for a change. Might want to just go back and play some D there. They have to start in the corner, but there's nobody down there. That's Raina Warnell. But there's nobody for White down there, so they all went for a change. Didn't turn out to hurt them. It's 4-2 for All-Stars White. Rosa Fischerova turning aside. A hand switch there from Veronika Sevkova. Oh, lovely. Would you like to discuss the replay, EA? Okay. Okay.
Slices right through. Lovely.
And who's this pick coming from? Is that little bee sting pick? 25. 25 is Bridget Nielsen. Does that seem appropriate? Not appropriate, but correct. Bridget Nielsen, I believe, is Netherlands. I think so. Izzy Keene. Yeah. And Izzy runs around behind the net, and it's funny, one of the discussions I had with Izzy, and then Joe Hiltz came and reinforced it, was when you're going to take a face-off, look at where everyone is, know where your help is before you take the face-off, because she's doing very well winning it. She tends to go forward, and then she runs down the side, runs around behind the net, and is exhausting herself by running about the whole time. And he said, yeah, that is kind of tiring. I'm like, yeah, just know where somebody's going to be, know where your help will be, and look for that pass, or run back over center. Because you're generally going to create some space for yourself, and you can go back over center after the draw. And Izzy's she's trying to, like all the women here, just trying to absorb all the information. And I know it's like, I don't want to overload you, like you're hearing a lot from Joe. I'm telling you things, and she said, no, just tell me. I'll just keep hearing it. I'm gonna start to get it happening, right? And a very smart young woman, and a really driven athlete. She's one of those that just gets really intense. And I don't know, it's cool. It's I think one of the most fun things is seeing the intensity and the competitiveness as the skill level rises, because the skill level is massively different, right, than 2 years ago.
Huge difference, and as everyone's getting better, it's more entertaining to watch, but also more fun to play.
I bet, yeah. Well, the ball's just not on the floor as much, right? It's in people's sticks. It's moving around the way it's supposed to. And I mean, the first year, I thought the progress was great. in the SHEBOX. We talked about it, but the level of play was quite low because most of you had never actually played box-lacrosse before, right?
Just using a men's stick.
It was interesting. You know, now that you mention it, the first here's a shot, hard rip, but that one's going to get up out of play. That should be white all-star ball. The first year, I would say almost every woman in the tournament who had been playing with a field stick, the first couple of shots hooked into the turf because it's such a different level of hold and whip, and it's just, you have to learn. You have to figure out how to do. And this year, I don't recall seeing many of those at all, if any, in all the games I've watched.
No, not at all. But even like, I've been speaking to the girls, and it's funny to hear how once they discover boxing, once they fell in love with it, some of us aren't even playing field anymore.
I think that's reasonable. I like the field game, but I mean, I grew up as a box guy. I played high school field lacrosse, but I'm communications coordinator for CUFLA, Canadian University Field Lacrosse Association. You're wearing the jacket, and and I love the field game, but box is, I mean,
it's a different beast.
And you can see the passion, especially, honestly, the men's field game, you do get to play some physicality. There's a shot and another save by Kim Hahn. And, women's field lacrosse, I find a frustrating game, to be honest, because I feel like there's some great athletes who are hamstrung in their ability to play by rules that kind of limit what you're able to do.
Yeah, for sure, but now it's great to see that we have sixes, which is a discipline I love. Love to watch it. Here's Lauren Lewis coming in for a shot. She's going to take it. There's a save.
Little sidearm, but that's turned aside by Nicole Howie. White will get it back. Goes down to Hannah Foxcroft. Bounces away from her. It's going to be snagged there by Savannah Smith. She can't get it. Forecheck pressure. Maisa Pentala trying to, and she does, but it causes the turnover. Pentala gets it back. And this is Sramota passing to Lewis. Lewis is going for a trot. She may switch over to lefty here. She was doing that for England some. They had a lot of righties, not so many lefties. Nope, she's just going to drag back across. Tried to make the pass to Sramota. Goes and tracks it back down. They've got 11 to shoot, so Lewis will fire one. That gets away, but they might have a chance. No, it's into the bench. Almost grabbed by Leslie Hawk. And Chris says grabbed by Joey Hiltz. Leslie Hawk coaching the Women's Global Box Lacrosse Network. Joey Hiltz coaching the Ireland women's team. On the other side, we've got Dawn McGraw, who coached, who was one of the coaches for Team England. So some of the coaches from the tournament have stepped in. I dragged you away from doing a door so you can come up and hang out with me and watch the game. Isn't it a nice view up here?
It's a great view, and I love doing gates, but this is a way better view.
I get kind of spoiled. Oh, there's a goal. It's funny. It's an all-star game. It's an exhibition. It's for fun. But Avery Gert was pretty adamant there that ball's in. You want your point to the official to make sure after she takes this shot, little fake, use the decoy. Yeah, it's a good shot. Takes it. Look, and she's like, there, it's in. Call that a goal. It is a goal. I love this camera view. You probably haven't seen this.
No, I didn't realize that was just
It's so good. Yeah, it's and that camera angle from behind the net. I love those replays. Just want to say hello to my beautiful and talented wife, Carrie Jane McMaster Stamp, who's back home in Marmora, Ontario, with our dog Millie and her dad Ken. And we actually had the pleasure of hosting Flo back. She came to visit us when she was just before she went back to Europe last year. And it was just wonderful. Carrie played some songs for everyone, and it's just, I don't know. What a shot on the run across the top. That is Veronika Sevkova, and that is beautiful. Restraining line, back foot on the restraining line, and rips it cross body, and she is fired up. Wow, just sneaks under the foot of Kim Hahn, who steps across to try and make the stop, but that was perfectly placed.
I think she played on our team for SHEBOX last year.
Is that Flo?
Veronika. She's incredible. Everyone is backing her to make that Olympic dream happen.
And where's she from?
Czech Republic.
Oh, there you go. I think you're right. Oh, that one, no. Oh, sitting on it. Nicole Howie. The old egg hatching strategy. If you're a goalie and you land on it, just stay sitting on that egg. Don't move around.
17 is the ball up top, passing up to 2.
So that was, I'm trying to see who 17 is for black, and I don't see a 7. Oh, that was Erin Tufnell. This is Brianna Trombley, gets it back to Tufnell. Running low on the shot clock. They do get it. Julia Ruscio going to the net, shoots. It's good. You can see the moment of thought. Moment of thought for the official. He's like, yeah, that was in time. And now, Julia, is she with you on Ireland? Or?
She was our captain for this tournament. Yep.
Nice job fighting through the check. Pushes off. I was talking to actually Veronica Sevkova before the game. I was getting rosters, getting the Leslie Hawk and Joey Hiltz did the work of getting all the numbers down, and I was checking with some of the players, and I was talking to one girl, and I said, okay, what's your name? And she said, Veronica and Sevkova. And then I looked at the girl beside her. Hang on, there's a break that's a little bit too high. Oh, and I checked, and she was from Czech, and I looked at the girl beside her and thought, I thought that was Veronica. So I said, okay, what's your name? And she goes, Veronica. I was like, okay. Because I remember Veronica Tilsarova from last year. She's dynamite out there. Big pick through the middle by Savannah Smith. Bit of a legend out on the west coast of Canada. Hard shot across the body. Yep, Kenzie Strebe. Lewis picks it up. She'll duck inside. Gonna let one fly. Oh my! Lauren Lewis with the bullet from the outside. You're seeing why she was, I'm guessing, the leading goal scorer in the tournament. I don't know for sure. Let me see if we have stats up for this game. We do not. You'll have to trust us that she has what, 4 goals, I believe, in this game, does she not?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. The 2 coast-to-coast breaks.
Yes.
I think she had another one earlier, and then that one.
And Izzy Keane gets the face.
And let's see what she does. She's going to go in. You can get a shot there. Nice. Just wide. Izzy is just one of the most delightful people you will ever meet, and just so passionate to improve. And it's so fun to see her putting so much in, because she's been coming to the SHEBOX for 3 years as well. That's why she was playing in a game earlier today, or yesterday, I guess, and the ball was rolling back towards her net, and I don't think she wasn't sure. She was just coming in off the bench, wasn't sure if it was over and back or what, so she actually looked at the ref and said, am I allowed to pick that up? I don't know if the ref said anything, but the ball rolled to her goalie anyway. All Stars White leading 6-5. We've got just 23 seconds left. Black needs to get the ball. They get it. Julia Ruscio. She's got Brianna Trombley. Trombley sets a pick. Ruscio with the breakaway. She's got time. She looks. Save! She gets it back. Over to Trombley. Trombley stopped. What a stop by Kim Hahn. And Hahn can just about hold on to it to the end. She'll throw it to Lauren Lewis, and that'll be it. You can't ask for a better opportunity for Team Black than the breakaway. And I love the play by Brianna Trombley, who is a deadly scorer. She sees Julia Ruscio running up, and Ruscio? Yes, Ruscio was looking to make the pass, and you could see Trombley make eye contact with her and say, no, go, and set the pick. And then Trombley winds up getting the rebound chance. And that was just a terrific play. And I think, honestly, that play kind of captures some of the growth in the women's game of box-lacrosse, because now Brianna Trombley's been playing for a long time. She's scored a lot of goals. She knows what she's doing, but I think a lot of the women in the game getting more opportunities to play are starting to figure out little things like that, like the communication on the floor where you have the time. It doesn't feel like everyone's happening sometimes. Yeah,
and finally starting to implement some plays and making those quick connections.
I was actually speaking to Lucy Mayers, goalie for England. Just a delightful woman, and we were having a chat. I met her last year and we were talking about it, and there was a play in the game today where she was turned facing her net. She's facing her net and had her stick, and Eric Evans was coming out from behind the net, and May was trying to spin around and get her stick over the net and back down, and she actually hit Eric Evans like in the back of the head, in the back of the neck, and I was like, that's not cool. Like, that's not a good play to hit her. And I talked to Lucy after. I said, hey, so just so you know, I said some things. I said that I didn't like that play. She's like, what play do you mean? I said, do you want to see it? And I showed her. She's like, I can't repeat what she said. She was stunned. that she was like, I did not mean to do that. Oh my goodness. She was shocked. That is not how she saw it. And she said, the interesting thing I thought was she said, honestly, it was just hamsters running on a wheel. I'm just trying to think, okay, I gotta get my stick over, gotta bring it down. She had no intent whatsoever. It's still a penalty. I mean, you're responsible, but I thought that was an interesting one where she's saying, there's just so much that I'm trying to work on. It can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming. Oh, they're just taking a photo. Oh, everyone is so amped up. This is great to see.
So we've just had, about 36 or 40 women playing in the SHEBOX, the third SHEBOX, the first all-star game. And I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by E.A. Byrne from Ireland. And it's a pleasure to have you up here. It's just such a delight to see you again. It was so fun to see you in Canada. Come over and play it and see the growth in your game and the growth in the women's game in general. So much good stuff being done by Michelle Boyer and Catherine Conity and the Women's Box-Lacrosse Global Network. So much happening in England, in Ireland, in Finland, in Japan. Japan is not in the World Championship. There are 10 teams in. They're on the outside of that. They have a 37-person team squad named. They're going to select a team from that, and they're going to Utica to play scrimmages against whoever they can set up, get some time, floor time instead of scrimmage up against, which to me shows the passion for the game and the fact that all women need to play box lacrosse and play it well is opportunity.
Yeah, it's fantastic here, and even just seeing that they're still training. They will not be turned away. They're going to go, they're going to play, and they will not be stopped. It's great.
It's wonderful. There's so much happening around the world in women's box lacrosse. We're going to have some men's box lacrosse coming up next. We'll have Finland and Czech Republic in, I guess this will be the final game of the E-Box for 2024.
I think it will, and then we're on to AHM.
The Alice Rabeski Memorial starts Wednesday. Tomorrow is the day off to go and hike or whatever it is you want to do. And then make sure you're with us for this Czech-Finland game in a little bit and for the Alice Rabeski starting Wednesday going through Saturday. If we can get anything near last year's tournament with the final game between the Nova Scotia Privateers and the LC Custodes, we will all be in for a great treat. EA agrees. Thank you so much, EA, for being with me.
For having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And thanks to everyone who's making women's box lacrosse a possibility and a reality. We'll see you soon.